He's a good fourth starter. All right, we're live on YouTube also, but we got to share it. Okay, here it is. This internet stuff is it's confusing. Take two. Right, he is. He's good. He's good. He's good organizational depth. Like if you need a spot starter, there we go. So yeah, he's horrible, especially when it's like they need to win the game, like a stopper kind of ace. Nola is not the kind of guy you want. Um, rather have Tom Hume. He might be like 70 years old now, but I'd rather have him pitching an important game than Aaron Nola. I'll take, I don't know, Doc Gooden, all 60 years old of them, than Aaron Nola. But good, good guy, throw him at the back end of the rotation, eat some innings, get false hopes up in the city of Philadelphia, in the outlying suburbs, and then just let you down throughout the year. It's good stuff. Happens a lot. Oh. What happened today in baseball? Denny McLain got his third suspension of the year in 1970. This time he was carrying a gun. Bowie Kuhn, the commissioner of baseball, suspended him. I mean, I don't know the circumstances surrounding it, but who the hell does he think he is suspending someone for carrying a gun? What's he, like Charles Bronson? He's allowed to just say you have a gun, you're suspended? I think it's too much power for the commissioner's office, don't you? Today, in 1977, in the second game of a doubleheader at Boston, Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell debuted together. They held down the middle infield in Detroit for 19 years. That's pretty impressive. I guess, I wonder if he took that gun in like the clubhouse. Like where did he find the gun? I think of Utley and Rollins as a middle infield. And thank you, MK. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, has been the best go, easiest go, but gotta plug on. It's shit happens. It's not. I don't mean that in like the Paul McCartney way. I mean that in, it happens. It's not easy. Bring up Paul McCartney because when he was told that John Lennon was murdered, he went, "Oh, that's a drag." In words, like in written paper, it's like, "Oh, he doesn't care. Oh, it's a drag." But he went like, "Oh my God, I don't believe it. It's a drag," and he was like really saddened. But in written, it seemed like, "Oh, it's a drag." Looking to see what else happened in baseball. That's McGuire became the second player to hit 50 home runs in consecutive seasons after Babe Ruth. That's as of 97. Who knows who hit 50 home runs in a year since then? I'm sure Salvador Perez is going to, well, he won't have it consecutive, but I think he wants to hit 50 home runs this year. He's got like 3 times the home runs JT Realmuto has. Yeah, best catcher in baseball, as they call him here in Philly, BCIB. For what? I would still rather have Sixto and 2 innings a year than Realmuto for $20 million. In full disclosure, I did say that was a better signing than Realmuto in the beginning of the year for I think it was less years and less money. But yeah. Give a catcher $500,000. Tell him to catch the ball behind the plate and run a few times or hit against the shift. Like, what kind of production do you get from a catcher anyway? I mean, Realmuto's got 16 home runs. He's batting .260, and he's labeled the best catcher in baseball. Jimmy's on YouTube. I'm sorry, I didn't see the comment. I was reading that stuff. Exactly. Let the scouts do their job. My Jimmy asked what he missed. He got home late, I think, on YouTube. My wife's aunt passed away last night, so trying to plug away and stuff. You're goddamn right they have the best infield in baseball. They all have what, like 25 home runs? Piazza, he was an outlier, wasn't he? Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you, brother. Pudge was good then. Shit, Todd. Oh, sorry for cursing. Todd Hundley. Didn't he hit like 40 home runs, right? Or was it 30 or I think it was 40, 2 years maybe? Hundley had a lot of power. Tettleton, he was all juiced up. Santiago, Dalton, he had a lot of home runs a couple years. I'll take him back. Yeah, I'll definitely take him back. Mauer, he was a beast. Remember that one year that his outlier, he hit like 27 home runs? His home run totals, if I remember, was like this. Like that. His peaked. I'll take Alfaro. I mean, 9, 12. Was that it? Wow, a lot of nines there. Every one of those numbers except 12 is divisible by 9. Granted, it's only 9 or 27, but still, they were all divisible by 3. Nah, I'm going with your number. I like that number better. Yeah, I'll take a Faro and 6 though. For the $2 million combined, I'll take what they give us and take the 18 million they don't spend on Real Muto and get a higher manager. You can't win without a manager. Phillies haven't had one since Charlie Manuel. That's true too. You just got to knock the 3 off. See? I like playing with numbers. I like playing with words. The most important number in baseball is 3. There's 3 outs in an inning. Before you get to that 3rd out, anything can happen. So your goal should be not to get to the 3rd out. So your goal should be to get on base. And if you get on base, you're not making an out. I don't care how he gets on base. Stickers 2019. I really like these because you can make 2 cards for 2 people. If there's a Bobby Witten here for MK, and there's, I don't know, Doc Gooden for Jimmy, and they're together, you can rip it off and both get the same card, like their own card, without having to rip it. Perfect example. Jacob deGrom, Mets. He's trying to make a comeback this year. His arm miraculously healed. I think he went to 2-1B and FX7 to have it fixed. On the other side is Aaron Judge. Paul's a big Judge fan. Jimmy's a big deGrom fan. When I do the stashes, who do I give it to? Don't have to worry about that. Jim, do you mind? Let me know. Unless you want it intact. Whoever wants it claims it first gets it intact. But whoever says they don't mind, I'll doctor it up. All right. So what we can do with this card is, instead of decide, all right, which one gets what, instead of cutting it in half and missing out on like one of their schlongs or something below, just go like this. Jimmy's got the Grom. Paul's got the Judge. Paul's is crooked. So how we fix that is, look, Lorenzo Cain, Ben Zobrist, jobbers. But now, it's a Lorenzo Cain, Aaron Judge card. Paul's happier now. Everybody's happy. Jesus Aguilar, Milwaukee. That's right, he was on Milwaukee. They cut him. Good move. And Javier Baez. Right. So it says there's 4 cards in the pack, but they're mistaken. It's false advertising, cops. There's 8. You're selling yourself short. This is pretty neat. Ronald Acuna Jr. Braves. Franklin. I guess they're his batting gloves, or I know Franklin manufactures baseball equipment. Maybe they partner with Tops for a subset. And Josh Hader on the other side, his hair is a lot shorter here. 94. Speaking of Joe Mauer, he's the goal here. Oh my God, you're right. I forgot all about that. See? Time, time makes everybody forget everything. Time, I guess, heals all wounds. Is that the saying? I totally forgot too. I saw Lament. I got a little excited, but it's quite the opposite. Jeff Innes. Oh yeah, it fixed everything. Yeah, half hour. The time it takes you to watch an episode of Doogie Howser or The Wonder Years, your whole outlook on life is it does like you do like a 180. Rich Monteleone, Greg Litton. This is like Jobberfest. Here you go, Rob Dibble. I think he's the only man to wear like a muscle shirt playing baseball. And who's going to stop him? He beat up his manager, Lou Pinella. So if he beats up his manager, who's going to stop him? Hunter Renfro, no. I saw last night he threw a runner out at the plate and hit a home run. That's the last I read or heard of anything about him. Kurt Schilling. Speaking of people who don't know when to shut up. Sorry for almost cursing. I'm not a fan of Schilling. Really? Wait, well, tested for roids or COVID? Not to be funny, but you never know. Tom Urbani, Gary DiSarcina. Sounds like a bad tag team, WWF. Cliff Floyd, future star. He was all right. Wow, he was very happy there. I guess if I had that jersey, I'd be happy too. Trevor Hoffman and Don Paul. You know what? I could fix that. Matt Williams and Wade Boggs, 93 All Stars. Wow. And Kelly Wunsch, 1993 draft pick. That's an okay pack, right? Let me Google that. Let's see what happened. All right, Hunter Renfro. Oh, that's good to know. That's really good. Thank you for letting me know that. Here, yeah, you're right. It was about COVID. Hunter Renfro accuses Major League Baseball of telling the Red Sox to stop COVID testing. Wow. They had 11 players spend time on the COVID list. You know, with the playoffs coming, it's like the healthiest team has a much better shot. That's why the Phillies are bad this year. The Phillies are doing because I think they have like the most days games missed because of COVID. And of course, they don't have a manager or starting pitching after Zach Wheeler, but I'm going to blame them on COVID. Wonder why they did. Why would MLB do that? Anybody got any ideas? It's not safe. While we think of some ideas, we got 88 Fleer, the goal's Greg Jeffries, of course, and Eric Davis, and Mike Schmidt. Those are some nice cards. That might be it. Especially with the revenue, because then if it goes too late, they're going to be combating football on Thursdays, Sunday, and Monday. And then all the travel arrangements that they probably have to get changed. We figured out MLB's conspiracy in 145 seconds. Tigers, Yankees. Like these stickers. Mark Eichhorn. He was an okay reliever. But I think he would have been better off if he played for the Tigers. Looks better. Gene Garber, he was a good closer. Braves, Phillies, Royals. He played a lot of years. Great beard, too. Terry Pendleton on the Cardinals. I don't think he did too well with the Cardinals. The Braves is when he had his breakout. He won the MVP in 91. Steve Crawford. Anybody, any Hannibal fans? This is Jack Crawford's brother-in-law. He looks like the Jack Crawford Manhunter, the 80s version of Red Dragon. Good movie. And wait a minute, I forgot about that. Scott. This is your cousin. Can you get an autograph for me? Well, yeah, Jack Morris was brought up the other night. You held out on me. You never told me this all this time that I've known you. I thought we were closer than this. But anyway, let's go into your stash. Jack Morris was suspended. He made fun of Otani, if I remember, about 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And then other stuff surfaced about him, saying bad things. Wow, how long was he suspended? They didn't even make a big thing about it. I just remember them saying that he said bad things, but then I don't remember an outcome. So he was suspended. Jobbers. Castillo, Wallace Johnson. This is a nice looking card. Rafael Palmeiro. The uniform just matches. It just looks really sharp. Jim Wynn, who he didn't do a lot of that in his career. Not a lot at all. These are two pretty underrated players in my eyes. Cecil Cooper and Pedro Guerrero. Good, solid players to have on your team. Andres Thomas, former Topps All-Star Rookie Cup. Good defensive player. I'm not going to show you these four. Mike Boddicker, Jose Cruz, Harold Reynolds, and Lee Tunnell. Bicycle spoke pieces. Trivia. Continuing with the Ken Griffey week. Ken Griffey. Griffey and Griffey Sr. National Enquirer. I don't know, some upper deck. 2019 Topps. Donruss. And a home run leader card with Mark McGwire. How many career home runs did Ken Griffey have? Don't type the answer here. Retweet it at the end of the broadcast. We got 2 more packs. We're going to finish up with Allen and Ginter, my Super Bowl packs. The goal here is a stick of butter. I'd like to see a card with a stick of butter. Ron Santo. Wasn't he a good third baseman with the Cubs? I think I remember reading many years ago he was the last good Cubs third baseman until Chris Bryant came along and had a good year. Teoscar Hernandez. He's putting up some magnificent numbers this year. I think almost 30 home runs, 280 average, 10 steals for Toronto. Maurice Vaughn. Anybody remember him? Wasn't he really good with the Red Sox and with the Angels? He did nothing. Maurice Vaughn. Acquired. He was a free agent. Doesn't have his stats on the back. Now, something like this I would have really liked to see about 3 months ago. Spencer Howard, mini rookie. Now, after the way the Phillies ruined his development, I'm like, but he still has potential. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Here's a sycamore. It's not a stick of butter, but it's a sycamore tree. It's the largest deciduous tree in the eastern United States. It can grow upwards of 100 feet tall. So I wonder if the trees outside are sycamores. I'm going to find that out. We'll ask them. And Jeff Bagwell, great player, often overlooked, but he put up solid numbers every year. The pack sucked. Sorry for cursing. All right, final pack, another Allen and Ginter. The goal here is a butter popcorn jockstrap relic. Oh, we got a horse. Mascots in real life. A horse. What mascot's a horse in baseball? The Rangers mascot. The Rangers mascot is making a triumphant return in 2021 as a horse. Ramirez. Oh, Aramis Ramirez. He was a Pirate. They traded him to the Cubs for I forgot who. Doesn't say. I wish they would put the transactions on the back of cards. That would be awesome. Hank Aaron, one of the greatest baseball players ever. You take away all of his home runs, he's still, I think he still has 3,000 hits, or he's still top 5 in hits or something magnificent. Daniel Kim, baseball analyst. Alex Bregman. His last 2 years have been horrible. And then the final card is Brian Anderson, Marlins. I think he recently had surgery. Let's hope that he gets better. So that's all I got tonight, fellas. No really big hits. Some okay pieces. So a trivia question: how many home runs did Ken Griffey Jr. hit in his career? Just retweet at the end of the broadcast. You just have to put the number, and these will go in your stash. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for the good wishes. Hope everybody has a great evening. Thanks for watching. You keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a good night.